Okay, Aries, let's get it on and popping. This is your weekly astrological tarot prediction for the week of October 5th through the 11th. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. And remember, it's your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign. So I have all of the other signs, all of the other elements too, so that you can go ahead and get a full picture of what your week of October 5th through the 11th is going to be. So let's just go ahead and get it on and popping. So the beginning of the week, you're going to be the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is basically for you, Aries. You are the type of, initiator, starter. You may not be good at you may not be good at following through forever, but you are a excellent initiator. You love to be like, you're like that one friend who is like, you call them up and you're like, hey, let's go do something, and you're the one friend that doesn't even ask a question. It's like, okay, let's do it. You don't know what they were saying. Like, they could be like, let's go to the grocery store, let's go to a party. Like, you don't care. You're that spark of fire. You are really attracted to that kind of energy. So at the beginning of the week, that's going to be on your mind, that's going to be on focus. So I know during quarantine time, it probably was difficult for you not to be out and about, but y'all are real clever. Y'all figured out how to still, do things. Like, you do a car karaoke or something, or you do a little drive-by of your friends and things like that. So nothing really can hold you down, because you're just like, okay, what action can I take? What action can I take? What action can I take? So that's saying at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the week on the 5th, that's really what's going to be coming up for you, wanting to do things. And you might even feel like something inspired you to do that too. And then you have the Star card, which is kind of like this shining light, this gift that you have within you. So during this week, your gifts are really going to come up. There's going to be something special. And to me, it's coming up like maybe like a promotion, or just something's going to come up that you realize that like, wow, I'm really, really good. And you're shining, like, that Tuesday time, you're really shining at this. And it might be because it is so centered on, people feel so enclosed now, and you are the queen and the king of action, that you're able to finesse it anyway. And something about that is shining. You're going to really shine here, whether it is at work or at home or in your social circle. You're going to be really shining this week. And the King of Cups is really this emotional balance that comes over time. It comes with wisdom. It comes with just balance and things. So that's what you're really going to start focusing towards Thursday. You're going to want that desire to really be extremely balanced in emotion. And what's coming up for me is romantically, like, that's what's going to make you want to do that. Like, if you're someone who's looking for a romantic partnership, you're going to feel like, before I actually get there, I think what I should focus on is myself. And you're going to be at peace with that. And like, you at the beginning of the week felt a lot of like, oh, this is nice to have this attention on me. I love that. But then you really started to think about like, what do I actually want out of life and out of a partnership and things like that? Let me focus on myself before I look to someone else. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, which talks about working hard. And so you're not afraid to work hard at something. So this indicates one of two things. You're not afraid of doing the work to get the right person you want, or you're not afraid of doing the work to set the foundation for the life that you want to live. So there's this duality happening here, where you feel both of like wanting the right partnership as well as wanting the right kind of life. Like, these are things that are important to you, and you're coming at it from a very holistic perspective. You're not even looking at it from like a sad kind of perspective, or like a woe is me. Very, very holistically, you are looking at it. And for those people who are already in relationships, you're looking at a better way to ascend your relationships. You're looking at a healthier relationship, a healthier working environment. So that's actually what's going on here. Pretty promising week for you for October 5th through the 11th. This is really the beginning of the week, and towards the end, you're not going to have a tough time working through these things. Elementally, like through your element, you might have these things, but you as a sign, you're going to skew a little bit better of the fire signs of how you handle this week because of that individual. You know, this week is really a time of like individual reflection, and like the me signs of like those first four signs of Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer do a little bit better at tasks that require you to go internal and work with yourself, whereas the other signs do a little better when it comes to tasks of having to work with or work on someone else. So then also what's coming up, this kind of like dual, like the shadow aspect of what's going on, is the Ace of Pentacles. So again, it's reinforcing this need to want to have this life that makes you feel secure, and security can be your work, and security can be, you know, your life too, of like family. It can be romance. It can be like you want to have that security. So that spark, these two aces are indicating at the beginning of the week, there's two things happening. Externally, it's going to be that spark of wanting to have like this new, you know, week going on, or this the new actions and things. And internally, it's this spark of like, I need to do whatever I need to do to feel secure, and I'm willing to do that work. Your next card is the Devil card. So what it's actually asking you to do is to examine, are there any things that have been happening in your life over time that have gotten in your way? And this Devil card is very objective. It is not like one to make you feel sad. It's not one to make you feel afraid. It's a very objective card here. It's simply saying like, you're actually open at this moment to examining internally if there's anything that's coming up that has been holding you back. And that King of Cups is indicating that you are at a maturity level where you can actually do that. Next card, the Wheel card. And you're going to be, especially towards the end of the week, you are going to be a master at balancing back and forth and being able to like know exactly what you need to do in order to balance, like, okay, if this one thing comes up, I'm gonna be able to figure it out. If this other thing comes up, I'm gonna be able to figure it out. No matter what's happening, you're gonna be able to figure this energy out. And then finally, y'all hear my dog? He's acting up. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the Queen of Cups really is kind of a node to the King of Cups. So emotional balance here. And the King of Cups is saying, I want to look at my whole life and get to a place of balance. I want to do whatever I need to do to feel balanced. And the Queen of Cups is saying, I want to look at myself. I want to look at how nurturing and how loving I am to myself. Am I doing everything that I need to do in my life to feel at whole, to feel secure? These things that are coming up. So you have the Eight of Swords, which is, it's a representation that the bound part, because you get that from the Devil card too. You see there's all these strings, right? And the strings are like teaching us, strings everywhere, that these are these unconscious attachments we have to things, whether it be positive or negative. And so the Eight of Swords is talking about feeling mentally bound, but in reality, you're actually not bound, but you think you're mentally bound, so you remain feeling in this bound state. The Empress card is the beginning of creativity, the beginning of energy. So it's indicating towards the beginning of the week, you're going to feel a strong sense of like, you're going to get kind of like maybe like a premonition or an oversight of how, or overview of how your rest of the week is going to go. And you're going to feel this strong like downloading of information of all of these things. It's really going to work out to your favor. But it also is a reminder to let you know with this Eight of Swords that do not, anything that binds you is in your control, is what you mentally allow yourself to have. It is not, you know, just, it's just happening to me. And you're an action sign, so you'll be willing to take any kind of action you need in order to, you know, go about your path. And then also the Page of Cups, where it's this feeling that you're in two worlds at once. You know, you feel like you're in your light side and you feel like you're in your shadow side, which is representing of these kind of 2 feet. That's really what you feel like you feel like 2 places at one time. And with so much water, and especially with all these water, all these planets in water signs happening this week, you're going to feel at 2 places at one time. Now, you're not going to actually struggle being able to balance this, but you're going to be able to look at your light side and you're going to be able to look at your shadow side. You're going to be able, better than the other signs, objectively look at what's going on with these kind of toxic behaviors you had, or what are these mental bondage things that you have, and you're going to be able to maneuver. So just take the action. And I think that this week is actually going to be a very transformative, very promising week for you, Aries. Y'all better do that. And again, if you want to read your elemental read, I have that too, where it'll show a general read for the fire signs, as well as know your sun, your moon, and ascendant, because then you can pay attention to the reads for each one of those, so you'll get a really clear understanding of how the week is going to progress for you.